July 4th, 1:51 p.m. Crazy day. Already a crazy day. We still have so much of the day to go. Yeah, I'm just stressed out, honestly. There's a lot of things that are happening, good and bad, that are just, it's just a lot of process, you know? Like right now, I just feel kind of a little bit overwhelmed, in a good way, honestly. There's like maybe a couple bad things, but they're actually not even that bad. However, I just feel objectively overwhelmed, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. People use that term in a bad manner pretty much always, but I mean it in a good way. So let's get into it, and then we'll kind of just summarize like what's happening lately with life, because my life is just genuinely changing so fast. Like I'm introducing like 4 to 5 to 6 different things that are rapidly growing me that feel just like holy shit. I'm just like, it's stressful because I'm just killing my old self so quickly. You know, I kind of miss it. You know, I kind of miss the version of me that was aspiring to do these things, and I was just like working at home and not really talking to anyone, and just like wondering what it would actually be like to start doing the changes I was doing, and here I am doing it. And it's like, it's just hard to process, you know? It's just a lot, you know? It's as if you made 100K in a month, like out of nowhere. Like it would be a ton to process, and you know, some people will blow it, but you know, for someone who's patient and wouldn't do anything with it, like it's just hard to process. But let's get into it. Last night went to sleep not super late, but way later than 11:45. It was like 12:45, so about an hour late. Still woke up at 7:30. Yeah, I woke up at 7:30, and I believe, I snoozed for 10 minutes, which is fine. Woke up, got ready super quick, bro. Literally, like, I just knew exactly what to do immediately. And for some reason, the Stairmaster isn't on my to-do list, but I just do it 6 days a week because I thought that was the program. So I should ask my coach about that. But yeah, cleaned myself, got ready, packed up, made my breakfast, which I still haven't even really, I still haven't ate that yet. I only had like a fourth of it. So I'm happy that I'm going to have some food. Maybe the fact that I'm really hungry right now is also a fact why I just feel like this cortisol, and this high level of cortisol. Also, obviously what I talked about before. I'm also realizing my journals are becoming less fluff because I'm actually doing more stuff, and I'm having to make hypotheticals less, and I'm just doing so much shit that I just talk about what I do, and that's all you really get to talk about, you know, because you're just doing it. And there's not much to dream about, you know? Like the only things I'm like really wondering about are like what's gonna happen when I actually find a girl which has high chemistry, is in love with my current self and the self that I want to become, and I kind of, you know, I'm in love with her. What's gonna happen when I get a relationship? What's gonna happen when what's gonna happen when I do make like 20K a month, right? And I actually like move out and stuff like that. What's gonna happen when I audition for RCC? But there's a few big things that I'm still wondering because they're kind of they're not very congruent with my reality right now, which I'm excited for. But yeah, man, let's get into it. So we just did a shit ton of stuff that eliminated any sort of emptiness from ever happening, and I'm happy because I'm about to make this like a daily routine and just doing this. But it's also just a little bit stressful, but in a good way. Like I'm not gonna burn out unless I work too hard, which could be likely if I'm not good with time management and like purposeful rest. But yeah, it's like holy shit. But yesterday I went to sleep late, got up, got ready. I already talked about that. I went to the gym. I had the Stairmaster getting good. Got back home, also very quick at home. Showered, cooked breakfast up, tracked breakfast, packed up, already had clothes ready for me. And on top of that, guys, Well, I had to take a shit. I'm not gonna lie, and the shit was pretty tough. Um, Yesterday I actually deviated from my meal a little bit. I had like 2 pieces of chocolate and some Gouda, like about 150 calories of Gouda, but that was it. Um, and I was just hungry because I didn't even realize that I didn't eat half my meals until like 10 p.m. yesterday. However, yeah, I'm also just getting some steps in. I'm also doing this journal to get some sun, get some steps, and just relieve some of the stress by articulating what's happening, because it's all just sitting in my head and it just feels overwhelming. So I need to get these thoughts out. Let's get into it. So finished the gym, got back home, got ready. I had to take a shit, so it took a little bit longer. But then we headed to the coffee shop we always go to now. We kind of ditched Starbucks, I'm sorry. There was like maybe 1 or 2 people I said hi to, but they didn't even come every day. Or they kind of did, but I don't know. I don't really like Starbucks because Starbucks is just more short term. It's less of a hangout spot, and it's more so just a place people, because it's like McDonald's, you know? People don't go there to hang out and work. People go there to fucking, like, just get their coffee and leave. At least some places. Like, there are some, like, massive Starbucks that I've seen before, and people actually do hang out there, but those are so rare. It's like the super Starbucks or whatever the fuck it's called. But yeah, what else, guys? So we went to that coffee shop, right? I found out it was closed. I was kind of annoyed. I started to think, do I have to go home? No, obviously there's more coffee shops out there. And this is like one of the craziest experiences I've not ever had, that's crazy. But this was a crazy experience. So let me break it down. So in my car, and you guys know I've been getting into God and faith recently. I'm not trying to do it too fast because that is just such a big change that, like, I'll probably just explode if I have to change my entire perception on life again, because I'm already just doing all these different things. You know, just to list them off, not trying to tangent here, but just to list some of them off, like talking to girls, having a coach, following the coach's advice, personal brand, continuing on my work, being on the path to 20K a month, and actually like being on track to doing these things that will fundamentally change my life. Then you got faith. And yeah, you just got talking to strangers online or talking to strangers in person, you know, meeting new people. Like, these are all just massive things that I've done in only the past, you know, maybe the past month and a half. No, that's so wrong, because July just started. No, like, I've literally just started doing these in the past month. Like, ever since I got my coach and invested in myself, like, I've made all these changes. So, like, I've been doing all these things since the past month, and I've been adding on more things. Like, I haven't talked to a girl since, like, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. That was the first time I tried doing it, and it went really well. So far, every time I approached someone, it went well. So, yeah, but okay. We're not going to tangent. Yeah, I want to get to that, but not right now. So, but you guys know how I've been getting into God. And so I told myself in the car, like, coffee shops closed. This isn't a bad thing. This is a really good thing. Like, God has a way better place waiting for me when I go to this coffee shop, this other place. I don't know where I'm going to go. I'm just going to go. And so I go on Claude. I ask which coffee shop I should go to that has young people, is filled up, and is open on 4th of July. And it told me this other coffee shop. I forgot the name. It was like Mace or some shit. I forgot. Totally forgot. Don't quote me. But it was like this other coffee shop that was like 2 minutes away. Not even that, like 1 minute away. Dude, I go in there, it's fucking packed. And it's with really good people. I feel like it's actually almost like the perfect blend of people. Like, it's people who are like, there are some couples there. There's some like moms there with like 3 children. And they're like all just like, they're young and they're healthy and they seem healthy and all that stuff. And so much just happiness in that room. I'll talk about that later. But guys, you know what happened? Okay, so there's a bad thing that happened today, but it's really not that bad. I could actually just revert what happened on Monday. But I go in the coffee shop. I go to buy a coffee. I check my bank real quick, just in case, because my bank, you know, I got to be more careful, guys. I think I got to start making that change now. Just being more careful with when I'm purchasing stuff, when I'm subscribing, my bank accounts, because I'm going to fuck myself over really badly one day. And I almost got fucked over really bad right now. So about that second drum, yeah, they double charged me. Luckily though, I had no money in the account, so I thought they wouldn't be able to charge me. But no, this is the first time ever in my life that I saw my Capital One account in negative, and thank God I had no money in that bitch. It was like negative 1.6K, but that wasn't even the bad part. It's the part that like I realized I don't have another bank right now that I use often where I carry all my money. I mainly just hold my money through Phantom Wallet or Capital One, right? And so I saw that and I was like, oh fuck, now I gotta figure out like how am I gonna get a card on my phone. I didn't like, there were some platforms I haven't used in a while, so I just had to figure out how to get the Phantom Wallet money to like another, like maybe Cash App or something. And that was just taking a long time, so I just told the cashier like, give me a second, I'm not in line, don't worry. And cashier said, he like mumbled something. I didn't hear him. He wasn't mumbling, it was just super loud in there, but he said something kind of like, you know, he was saying something and I was like, what? And he was saying it as if he wanted me to hear it. And he's like, he says, I will cover your order. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, I'll cover your order. Because it's obvious that I was trying to transfer money. And then my instinct, my gut, God, whatever you want to call it, bro. I'm trying to be politically correct because we'll talk about that later. That's a whole concept I was about to get into. But yeah, my gut told me like talk to this guy right now. And so I asked him like out of the blue, I was like, why would you do such a thing? You know, I was curious because you know, like, sure, he bought me a coffee, like that's not a crazy feat. However, it's really kind to do. And so there's typically interesting stuff behind that action. You got to understand, like, when people do things for a reason, right? And when someone does something that's like good or even bad sometimes, as long as they do something that's like out of the ordinary, right? Like, when's the last time someone covered your order, like a cashier, right? Like, no, like, doesn't happen. It's out of the ordinary, right? Sorry, out of the ordinary. My brain's going 1,000 miles an hour, by the way. So I asked him, that's why I asked him, I'm like, dude, like, why would you do such a thing? In a nice way, by the way, obviously. And he was like, the Lord told me to. I'm like, bro, read that ass right now. God presenting himself to me yet again, bro. And then I'm like, I had this realization. I'm like, bro, this guy's religious too. Everyone I'm talking to is following God. And so I tell him, I'm like, there is no line behind me, right? I was like, you know what's crazy, bro? And he's like, what? I'm like, I went to another coffee shop, and the first girl I met in the coffee shop was doing Bible study, and that's when I went to talk to her. And he's like, really? Wow. And he was like, you know, he's a really nice guy, actually. I'm actually gonna call him in about maybe 45 minutes at 3 p.m. essentially. But yeah, his name was Ethan. I'm not gonna say his full name. His name is Ethan. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Ethan. I'm like 99.99% sure it's Ethan. And we start talking a little bit because there's no line behind me and he's not doing much and he seems like he really wants to talk to me. And dude, like, we start talking a little bit over the counter. He's like, really? Because I told him, like, I was getting into God recently and then I had that experience and all this stuff. So far, ever since I got into God, I met this girl at the coffee shop. I saw a Wi-Fi network called Surrender to God. And then when I was filling up my gas on the fucking machine, there was a little silicone model of Jesus saying Jesus loves you. And now this is my most recent encounter, like, where I'll label it as God presenting himself to me. So that was crazy. I made some more small talk. He tells me that he has a fiance. I'm like, wow, bro, you look young. And he asked me, like, what do I do? Or I don't know what he asked. I forget, honestly. It was small talk. But it was blissful small talk, so I don't really remember. It just kind of happened. But I ended up telling him that I'm like 20 years old. And he's like, I'm 21. I'm like, this guy's engaged at age 21. It seems like, in like a good engagement, you know? I was like, bro, what? And he's like, yeah, dude, like, I'd love to talk to you. Oh, no, I'm pretty sure I told him, I suggested it first, because I'm like, dude, I need to talk to this guy. I need this guy in my life, instantly. You can just tell, especially when you have a big filter. When you have a big filter of who you talk to and who you just don't talk to, the people who stand out even more. And so you just know immediately, I want to talk to this guy. I need to know this guy. And, if we're pretty aligned, then this guy will be my friend. And he would want me to be his friend as well. And I'm like, dude, we should. I just asked him, like, dude, when do you end work? When do you end your shift? He's like, 3 p.m. I'm like, we should talk. And he's like, yeah. I'd love to take your number. I'm like, wow, okay, this guy's on the same wavelength. He's not just being nice, and he's not passive. Like, he actively asked me for the number. So I know he's on the same wavelength. We exchanged numbers. And then he tells me shortly, I don't remember, like, the order of what he said things, but he also told me, like, dude, like, I would love to, like, invite you over dinner or hang out. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? This guy don't even know me, and he specifically invited me over for dinner. I'm like, what? I'm like, damn. So yeah, but then I sit down, I get my espresso. I also figure out, like, I got double charged, but I look at the policies because I really want to make sure that I'm not fucked. And there is a refund policy, so we're good. I can refund the drum. I haven't even touched it. It's not even out the box, bro. All I did was open the box and make sure, like, it was an actual drum that I bought. I was like, damn, but yeah, they're closed. So I'm gonna call them on either tomorrow or Monday. I'm assuming they're closed on Sunday if they're closed on Saturday, but maybe not. Maybe it's just because it's 4th of July. I'll call them both days, Sunday, Monday. I'll refund that shit and get my full money back. So that'll be fine. But the only bad thing, I can't use my main bank account for, 2 days, just whatever. I might have to do some, I have to do groceries. I have to do a bunch of groceries on Sunday. However, I already figured out how to connect Phantom to Cash App. Thank God. I can just deposit USDC. So we're fine. But yeah, man, mystical experience. And so I told him, like, look, I promise I will send you a call at 3 p.m. sharp. And he's like, yeah, we close at 2, whatever. I'm like, which, by the way, yeah, it wasn't bad for me to leave this early because, yeah, they closed 14 minutes ago. So yeah, I'm gonna call him in 45 minutes. It's 2:14 right now. So that was that really good experience I had today. Also, I was sitting next to a girl, and she was also with her mom and her dog. And at first I was just like, the dog's cute, let me just smile at the dog and ask the daughter, which she was my age. She was also reasonably attractive. She wasn't, like, gorgeous, but she was reasonably attractive. Like, say she was, like, a perfect wife, I would probably have her as a wife. She wasn't ugly. She was yeah, she was good looking, but not, like, gorgeous. But essentially, at first, like, when I sat down, I just looked at the dog, and obviously I smile. I'm just more confident in myself, so I just kind of do what I want, And I thought the dog was cute, so I smile, and I asked the daughter, like, is she a male or a guy? Or no, I smiled and I said, she's cute. And then I asked her, is she a male or female? And she says male, whatever. And then I go back to work, right? But then her mom leaves with the dog, and it's just the daughter sitting on the table. And this happens for, like, a whole hour. And I'm, like, really debating, like, do I want to talk to her? Do I don't? Because, she wasn't, like... See, the difference is the first girl I talked to in the coffee shop. This is the second girl, so this is the second girl. Second different girl, This is the third time I talked to someone in public. That was a girl. And the second time because I talked to the first girl twice, right? I'm, like, fucking counting it. I'm crazy. I'm just counting this shit like it's a fucking soccer game. Or a football game, sorry. But yeah, it's just the beginning, so I mean, that's natural. But yeah, second girl I talked to, and I was like really debating because okay, what I was saying is that with the first girl, the circumstances were pretty much perfect. Like, she was doing Bible study, like, it's impossible to not start a conversation if you want to talk about that, you know, like, you just ask them what you're studying. Like, fucking very, very easy, very simple, right? This one was more cold. Like, there wasn't really much to talk about until I actually start the conversation. The first one, I was like set up to have a conversation, you know. She was doing Bible study. She was also pretty. She was very pretty, though I don't really like her personality too much. I can't even lie to you. But also, like, someone was like screaming at the other side of the room, like, "Oh my God, you're doing Bible study? It's so good for you," etc., etc., etc. Glazing. No, I'm kidding. So that was easy, you know, because I was just set up. But it was good because it was my first time approaching, so it was still nerve-wracking, but it was easy. The second time, it was just me. So I was sitting on, or there's a wall behind us, and there's the tables, and there's like a big, no, there's like just chairs and tables, right? And I was beside her, so it wasn't like super difficult because she wasn't like on the other side of the room, but she was like next to me, right? She was like maybe 4 feet, whatever the fuck. I know I'm being so specific, and it sounds like I'm like autistic as fuck, but I just want to give you guys like the actual picture, so you guys aren't just like, so you guys actually know like what it was like. So she was talking distance, and so I basically wrestled with myself for like an hour, because I don't really care, you know, because I'm already confident in myself that I could talk. But like I at the same time, I knew I needed more reps. I knew I needed more practice. And I just wanted to meet more people, you know? Because, dude, every single person you don't meet is a chance you couldn't find, like, your wife or a really good friend. That's genuinely a risk, you know? Like, imagine you go to a place, you see a girl, she looks aligned with what you want, essentially, and you don't talk to her. Like, that's literally a chance wasted. You've met someone that could change your life. And that's what scares me, you know? Not even just, like, I don't care about girls. I genuinely don't care about sex. I don't care about the love, whatever the fuck. I care about just like meeting the people I need in my life eventually. And so every time like I see someone and they look like they're locked in and they look like they're aligned with what I believe, like, I have to talk to them. Like, I force myself to. Cause it's almost like I see a business opportunity, like, same analogy here, right? It's almost like I see a business opportunity and it's perfect for my situation and I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing anymore, and I don't do it. It's like TikTok shop, right? So, or if it's like if someone made me an offer to work for them or do some work for them for something that would be long-term and beneficial, and I say no because I'm lazy, right? Or for girls, it would be you don't do it because you're scared and your own limiting beliefs. The girls ain't gonna bite, bro. And that's what I found out today. Like, I was like really debating, like, you know, she seems like she's really focused. She seems kind of closed off, you know. And let me just tell you how it went. So I eventually just made myself do it. I literally just went, and it worked so well. Like, it's so natural. Like, excuse me, what's your name? Nice to meet you. I'm just trying to meet people around here. And like, they kind of laugh or whatever. Because I live like, and then I say I live like 30 minutes away. Like, there's no script, guys. Like, it's just normal talk, and it works really well. And I'm really glad that it doesn't have to be like this pickup shit, bro. I fucking hate that shit. It's so unnatural. It's so inauthentic, and people could sense that. And then people either play along or they just embarrass you, and you just get scarred for life. But I believe in having real conversations. But what'd you call it? Yeah, introduce myself to her. And honestly, like, I was surprised a little bit because not really surprised. I thought she was studying, but she was kind of like, she looked like a little bit nervous or like just shy. Like, she was talking really quietly, and she was also socially awkward. So it kind of made it better. I actually, you know, what's funny is like, I actually felt like the more socially confident person than her, which was funny, and didn't make me feel good. I didn't really care. But yeah, I'm also just I'm kind of like interested in how I'm so detached, you know, because on one hand, I don't really talk to girls. I haven't even kissed one before, you know. On the other hand, though, I'm not attached. Like when I talk to a girl and I actually have like a positive conversation that wasn't like rejection, or there was no body language that signified like I don't like you or anything like that, or any like attitude or anything like that, like I still just don't care. And I think that just represents like my self-development and my confidence in myself. So I'm really thankful that I got that, man, because I would be so fucked. I would be so fucked if I started doing this earlier and if I was like attached, you know. Which, to be fair, when I do get a girlfriend, I'll most likely be attached as fuck. I'll have to like learn how to not make that mistake again in the future, but we'll see. I'm just speculating at this point. But talked to her, went well. She was shy. I found out that she was you know, because I didn't want to just get her number. I wanted to like kind of get an idea of who she was. And it turns out she doesn't even live near here. She was just visiting for the holiday. So I was like, oh, okay, all good. I'm not going to ask for your number. I actually never asked for a number yet. I don't think it'll be that bad. I'll just have to be with confidence, and I won't even care about the rejection. Because also, like, a thing that's really helped me with this, even though I've like basically never done it and I'm just doing it and I'm not even scared or anything like that. You know, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, I don't talk to a girl. Like, if there's a girl that looks good and I would kind of want to meet her, like she seems like whatever, but she like looks really good. The only reason I'm intimidated to approach them is because it's a little bit more awkward. Like, she's just standing by herself. I would have to walk up to her and like just straight up talk to her, which that's like cold as fuck, you know? Like warm to cold, right? Warm is like perfect situation for conversing. You're in a good environment, you know, you're not at the club or anything because you're just fucked if you're there, but you're in a good environment, there's a conversation starter. That was kind of like what happened in my first encounter, like, and the girl's good, you know, like this is all assuming that the girl's good, or at least your gut feeling is telling you that, if anything, which I did get a gut feeling that the girl I was talking to today was good, but it just seems like logistically, but she seemed like a nice person. Dude, my brain is fried, bro. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to get all the thoughts out, bro, on this video, but let's continue. So that's what warm is, like perfect situation. The next step is like the situation isn't very perfect, but it's still pretty accessible, you know, when a girl's next to you, or maybe she's like in line in front of you or something, or maybe you guys are in the same vicinity, you know, essentially. You guys are in the same vicinity. And like there isn't just people like that are gonna watch you. Because honestly, like that's another thing. Like if I'm gonna approach someone coldly in public, man, I do not want people like, I don't want the room to be silent, bro. That would be fucking awkward. You know, if like the room's silent as fuck and you just go, hey, what's your name? Like, bro, nah, I'm good. At least for right now, I'm good. I'm taking it one step at a time, bro. Like, leave me alone. But sorry, I'm so tired. But colder than that is like an unideal scenario, you know? She's like alone in, like, let's say the coffee shop's totally empty, right? It would be so weird for you to just approach her in that situation. Like, that would be fucking weird. Or maybe she's like with her friends or something. Like, fuck, that's difficult, you know? That's a harder situation to approach someone. So, but what I'm trying to tell you guys is that I'm also proud because today was a colder scenario than the first scenario. Again, the first scenario was like pretty much perfect. It would be hard for me not to talk to her, right? However, this scenario, she was kind of like, she was very much locked in, just with her earbuds in, writing this book. I didn't know she was writing a book, but I knew she was like typing away at a doc. And she was really focused. Like, she wasn't really scrolling on her phone or anything. She was just kind of sucked in. So I was like, damn, okay, she's focused. She's kind of closed off. She's not looking around. She's not making eye contact with anyone. And the room is slowly starting to get quieter because people are starting to leave. I'm like, okay, just gotta approach her. So I just wait till like she looks up, looks around, because people were like dropping shit and there was random shit happening, and then I just talked to her. So that's the context on like my improvement. which I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like at first I didn't want to talk to her because the situation was colder and because there was no like scenario presenting itself to me. But I kind of realized like that's kind of rare, you know, if you're praying for a scenario to happen where it's really easy to spark up a conversation, like you're kind of just relying on luck. And at the end of the day, I'm confident in myself and I should be able to just introduce myself to someone, given it's not super awkward or uncalled for. But yeah, so that's my brain dump on that. Another thing I did today that was huge. I recorded another personal brand video on my Quadology account and I posted it, and I'm stressed out because of that as well. This sun is killing me. I gotta take another shower. God damn. But what time is it? It's almost 2:30. Okay, we're fine. We gotta wrap this up shortly though. I'm getting really tired and I gotta call this guy at 3. And I gotta shower and eat. I'm so hungry and I'm just tired, bro. I don't know why. I know why. I did a lot of shit today and it's not even 2 p.m. So yeah, but it does feel kind of like, I do feel a little bit annoyed that I'm like not full of energy and it's only 2 p.m. I feel like I should have energy the entire day, but I think it's just because I did so much new shit today that I'm just tired. Keep in mind, I also thought I knew my way home, but I didn't. So I kind of fucked up the directions like twice because I'm trying to just like drive muscle memory now instead of looking at the map every time. And so I was driving home for like a good 45 minutes instead of 20. But yeah, so yeah, the personal brand video is also just stressing me out because that whole thing is just like, it's so new to me and I don't feel ready still, but I'm just forcing myself to do it because I know I have to and I'm never gonna feel ready. But this is weird, you know, because normally I start something and the fear just vanishes because I'm starting it. But this personal brand, bro, like this is, honestly, it might be because like this isn't just work. Like the personal brand is like something I actually care about. Similar to a girlfriend, you know? And it just feels crazy to me that I'm doing it right now. You know, I'm starting off really slow. I'm just making these little talking head videos, just talking about my honest thoughts. And, you know, also like the results are not there, obviously. Like I'm not even getting a lot of likes in these videos. So there's the lack of positive feedback as well. Just because probably like my account doesn't even know what the fuck I'm doing. Like does not expect me to make this type of content. Yeah, that's stressing me out. And yeah, that was pretty much today, guys. Like that was pretty much today wrapped up. So now, given it's a Saturday, I don't have much planned today, to be honest. I don't want to kill myself today. I kind of want to do a little bit less work today. Oh, I forgot to mention, like, let me go in the house real quick, guys. I'm dead. Look at, like, I'm so sweaty. Oh my god. That sun, dude, it's so fucking hot outside. You have no idea. It's like 90 degrees. It has to be. Yeah, it like has to be 90 degrees. So, yeah, there's like literally sweat on my face physically. And on my chin. Look at that shit. So, let me talk about the work I did in the coffee shop. Because I didn't just talk to people, like I did work as well. I'm going back outside. Wait, let me drink some water though. Give me a second. A little gulp of water and we're back outside. Fuck. I'm so tired. So I did actually, dude, honestly, I did a lot of needle moving work in the coffee shop and I'm so happy. We journaled, and we actually journaled about the interaction that we had because that happened, like there. That happened before the journal. So I journaled, I tracked my day, that was really quick. And then I just got to, I made a to-do list today, which there is quite a bit of things I gotta do today, but not like headache worthy. And I got to work. First thing I did, finish the AI video. Honestly, this AI video, I'm like really happy with. Like I really am. Like the editing's good, same as always. The generations look a lot better though, bro. So I finished the AI video. I actually feel good about this video. I'm not expecting any of these videos to go viral because the page isn't even really mainly AI. Like I made so much IRL content on that. I think it's not even worth it because the videos are getting 3K views or whatever. Which actually, I might just be lying, honestly. I think it's the content itself and the page, because I still have not rebranded the page to AI, because I feel like I'm still in the testing phase, which I am. So I'm kind of hesitant to just like commit to an avatar or commit to a page theme, but I should probably do that, because growing pages is really easy, number one, and I could just do more, and it'll actually help my videos. I thought it wouldn't, but it should. And I think the other reason that I'm not getting like the results I want with the videos is because, which I'm kind of like capping, bro, because I look at the Amazon stats, and I do get like 10 clicks average every time I post a video, and that's pretty much where I was before. So maybe I'm just like being stupid, but I think it's the content, because the content is not niche specific. It's kind of general, it's kind of general, and it's not really novel, so I can't really expect much. It's like the content's a problem too. Like the content, there's nothing wrong with it, it's just not special, and for a video to go viral, it has to be special. So but yeah, so anyways, we finished the AI video, but the reason I talk about this is because we finally made a breed specific page, and I'm so happy, because this is one of the biggest steps I'm going to make to hitting 20K a month, is this breed specific page. So what I did, this all happened in the coffee shop, and I'm really proud that I just did this, and I didn't just do a little bit and then stop. Like, first of all, I kind of finished all the tasks inside of my 2-week sprint that I put in 2 weeks ago, and now I gave myself a bunch of new tasks to do in the next 3 days, because the 2-week sprint ends in like 3 days. Then I have to make another 2-week sprint, or like reset the 2-week sprint, if that makes sense. But in the 2-week sprint, yeah, I finished everything. And then, so what I did now, I put new tasks in there, and what those were, so I first of all had to do research. I went on Claude, and I figured out what breed I want to do. I figured out the best breed I want to do. I researched on the breed, took like 2 minutes, but it just is all high leverage shit, like the 2 minutes of work, that gets a lot done when it comes to the tasks required to hit the goal. Like, even if it's only 2 minutes of work, like it got the whole task done, which is good. It gets it off your plate, and it gives you mental clarity, and you're just moving fast. After I researched, I made the avatar as well. I'm doing a buff black guy with tattoos with a Rottweiler, because I searched up to decide what avatar I wanted to make. I kind of wanted to go off of like stereotypes, because people are very familiar with stereotypes, because dude, stereotypes are true, like if you're making an Asian, you have to give him an Asian accent, and he has to pronounce words a certain way, because most of them do, and that's what people are familiar with day-to-day life. And so I searched up, well, like, what are the stereotypes with Rottweilers? I didn't realize Rottweilers are really dangerous, so they probably have owners that are really tough, and that's actually the truth with the stereotypes. So I made a buff black guy with tattoos, but I also wanted him to be credible, so I put him as a farmer, and I wanted him to have like this warm look, like kind of like a gentle giant type guy. So I made that avatar. I made like almost the perfect generation for it. Obviously, when I get to actual scenes, I'm gonna have to switch the setting, but that's easy. I made the avatar, that's all that matters. Then what I did, fucking hell, I made an account for it, and this took a long time, because I had to figure out how to buy a phone number. I had to transfer money I had to transfer money to Cash App. That took a long time. And then I went to Juicy SMS, and I didn't even figure out how to like actually buy the phone number, because the phone numbers were out of stock. So I realized I'm not gonna make the TikTok account right now. I'm just gonna make the Instagram account, because from the Instagram account you can automatically make the Facebook, which honestly, when it comes to results, that's all that really matters. And I'm still debating, like, other than like the text format and editing, like maybe I don't have to post this breed specific page on TikTok, because TikTok don't get any fucking results, and Instagram and Facebook are what get results. So maybe I should just post on there. And plus, like, I have 2 pages now, so it's a lot more tracking. And do I want to do so much more extra tracking and posting for something that's not going to get results? Like, probably not. Probably just Instagram and Facebook, So yeah, we did that. And that's when I, like, after I finished that stuff, that's when I ended up talking to the girl and stuff, because I knew that I looked at my to-do list for the day. I realized there wasn't a whole lot I could have done left in the coffee shop, so I decided I'm gonna talk to this girl. The last thing I did in the coffee shop was, and this was after I talked to the girl, was I planned out the Jayu videos I'm gonna make today. I still gotta, this transitions me because this pretty much takes me to driving home, and here I am, right? So that's my entire day. So let's talk about what I gotta do today. Still, dude, the sun is killing me, bro. Don't know if you can tell. I have a lot to do, so I gotta make the 2 Jayu videos. I already planned out what scripts I'm gonna use. I'm gonna do the World Cup script, just making the editing look better, making the editing look more engaging in the beginning, which is a compilation of like all the, like, there's the compilations of like all the pretty women in different countries, and you could kind of see how they look different, which is cool. It's a cool format. I'm gonna make that content again. Then I still gotta make my KOLs. It could be 2 or 3, I don't know, whatever one he chooses that day. But I gotta make my KOLs, which this stuff doesn't take a long time. I also need to watch the World Cup game at 5, because that shit's gonna be insane. I can't wait for the World Cup today. A game already happened. It was like Morocco versus Canada or some shit. I don't really care about either teams though. Morocco is cool, but they're not like a team I want to see, you know? They're not a team I'll go out of my way to see in my day. So I got a World Cup game I gotta watch at 5. And I gotta call this guy at 3 p.m. See what happens. And yeah, I have a ton of other thoughts about like God and stuff and other things, but I'm just too tired. My throat is burning, bro. Fucking dehydrated. Also just irritated from talking and talking, lack of dehydration, all that stuff. Gotta do that, and then, dude, that's honestly pretty much it. Like, yeah, man, like that's really it. I also quickly checked the AI roadmap to see, like, because I was curious like where I was, and from here I just gotta make more posts and start this breed specific page and just scale up posts per day, which I'm still figuring out how to do that. There's not a clear path yet because this tool seems to be unreliable. It's really hard to make a lot of videos a day. Like, I could barely do 1 a day, you know? It's hard. So I don't know, we'll see, but sorry. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna end the journal here. I wish I could talk more, but I'm just cooked. I gotta take a shower, call this guy, eat a lot of food so I can get some energy, and continue with my day, man. Today's been a great day, and I can't, dude. Oh, by the way, we're gonna visit Owen tomorrow, and that's gonna be insane because Owen's gonna see how much I changed, physically and mentally, bro. Because my coach showed me the progress pictures, and I was like, dude, show me what you see, because I don't see the transformation yet. And he showed me like my stomach was drooping a little bit in the first image, and now it's not. And I'm like, wait, what? Oh my God, you're right. You know, so it feels good. I'm still fat, you know, I don't look shredded, but I'm building a body comp, and I figured out that I'm actually not in a deficit right now. I'm just in maintenance. But because I'm eating this food and I'm doing this lifting, I'm recomping my body, and it should just naturally burn fat. So yeah, guys, goodbye. See you guys later. I probably don't have any time now. Yeah, it's 2:40. So see you guys later. And guys, if like the day still has more things in it, I'll definitely make another journal tonight, even though this is like 43 minutes long, which is crazy. Yeah, see you guys. Bye.